Soul-led seekers, today is not just an interview, it is an activation. I am sitting down with Greg Palma of the Singing Spheres. Greg spent years as a classical opera singer before a profound spiritual shift led him to become a vessel for celestial healing frequencies. And here's my promise to you. In just a little while, Greg has agreed to perform a live vocal transmission specifically for us to clear static, activate the pineal gland, and return your cells to their divine blueprint. So find a quiet space, get comfortable, and stay with us. You will want to be fully present for this. Welcome back to Awaken Your Authentic Self, your sacred space for truth tellers and soul-led seekers looking to rise into your fullest expression. I'm your host, Jessica Rooks. If you are an empath or a sensitive soul, you know that sometimes words aren't enough to heal. Sometimes we need vibration, we need resonance. My guest today understands this journey intimately. Greg Palma was a classically trained opera singer performing roles in masterpieces like La Traviata and Madame Butterfly. But despite his success on the stage, a deeper calling was waiting. Guided by his mother's faith in a life-changing consultation in 2011, Greg moved from performing for an audience to channeling for the soul. Today, he uses his voice to bridge the celestial realms with our physical bodies, helping listeners release trauma, cut cords of attachment, and find deep cellular peace. Greg, thank you so much for bringing your light and your voice to this space with us today. Welcome.
Thank you, Jessica. I'm very happy to be here, and thank you for inviting me to your wonderful show.
You are very welcome. Well, let's just dive right in here this morning. Greg, your background is fascinating. You spent years mastering the rigid discipline of classical opera. But in 2011, a healer told you that you had a gift beyond opera skills. Can you take us back to that moment of surrender? And what did it feel like to let go of the performance of opera and step into the channeling of the singing spheres?
Yes, I remember it like it was yesterday. It was such an unusual day where, I was told by this healer after he brought me out, after he had done his healing work on me. He looked at me like, how did it go? And I said, it was great. And I described my experiences, but he had this look on his face like, well, you haven't heard anything yet. Let me tell you what they told me is going on. And he unfolded this whole uh, life before me and asked me if I agreed, if I wanted to go forward with this.
Hmm.
And I looked up at him and I said, yeah, I think so. And
Wow.
so it was from there that they arranged, in my small town, they arranged a group of people to come hear me sing. And these are people that were familiar with meditation, that were familiar with the healing practices. So they were ready and be supportive to a rookie coming out and doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I was a little uncomfortable with is I was used to rehearsing beforehand. And he said, no, you don't rehearse. It's not a song. There's no melody. There's no tonal center to it. You just stand before the group. This was my instructions from the spirit realm. Stand before the group, open your mouth, and start any sound. And then from there, you'll be guided.
Wow.
So that's what I did. And I did that for about 10 minutes before this group. And then I said I was finished, and they they all raised their hands and described their experiences, which was quite amazing to me that um, what a big shift that they were experiencing as a result of just hearing these tones
Right.
of different vowels. And it was a little nerve wracking at first because I'm used to having an accompanist there, being prepared, but there was no preparation. It was, in a way, it was very freeing because I could go and do a new form of music without having to spend hours and hours of rehearsing, getting every note perfect and all that. So that was the first day.
Wow. That's amazing. I can only imagine. I mean, I've never sang professionally, but I love to sing karaoke, and I feel like I always have to go out prepared. If I just they said just open your mouth and let noise come out, I could see how might be a little nerve wracking for you initially.
Yes, but it was beautiful noise. It was they were
I believe it.
because
I've heard it.
yes, it was the tones. The tones are because I knew how to warm up as an opera singer. You would warm up on the vowels,
Okay.
and so I was used to making beautiful a sound as I could make. One of my voice teachers said to me, he says, "Make the most beautiful noise that you can make. Is it's the principle here."
Right.
And so there's always the guiding principle in this type of healing modality that the voice must be pleasant to hear, even though the healing could come through many different types of voice. It's important that the voice is a beautiful voice so that your physiology can settle and feel it's comfortable with that particular type of resonance. And as we know, everybody has different types of voice. Everybody
Right.
has a favorite tenor. Everybody has a favorite pop singer. And you just resonate with that particular voice. So it was important for me to make a beautiful tone on a beautiful sound, and that was part of my training, and I knew how to do it. So it was easy for me to do.
Oh, yes, you do. I've heard your recording of Ave Maria, which is, oh my God, amazing. And then listen to some of your samples, and it's just incredible. I have to say, I felt vibrations in my body in different places from different songs. So
Oh,
I'm
beautiful!
very excited for your performance today. Well,
Thank you.
Greg, you have a unique perspective because you've studied the mechanics of consciousness at a university level in Switzerland, Miro. You've said that all organs and systems of the body are reverberations of consciousness. For the skeptics or the scientifically minded in my audience, how does a vocal tone actually interact with our DNA or cellular memory? And what is happening biologically when you sing?
Well, the songs they they are on a couple of levels. They're on the one level is the level of the active hearing level that you hear with your ears. What is contained within them are these many different subtle levels that some can hear and some can't hear, but the effects are still there. So these songs do work on the divine sequence in the body. They open up the strand of DNA to the source of creation. They open up the whole physiology to subtler layers of sound. The sound is working on subtler and subtler layers. The actual experiencer is actually starting to go deep within the soul, deep within that transcendent value of the quietest level of the Atma, the self. And the sounds actually deliver one to it. It's reversing the process of sounds coming out in, but we're reversing it, and the sounds are taking us deep within. And from there, what the experience that people have is when I sing for them, and the experience has been that way for many, many years, is that they they don't know where they went. They often say they went to a different realm. They went to a different realm where they could hear different things. They could hear harmonies of other entities singing along with me,
Mm.
or or transcending to some level where they came out and they weren't quite know where they were, but they
Right.
knew they were in a beautiful place, a place of silence, of peace, of bliss, and that's what the songs, they just automatically take you into the self. It's like a quite a deep meditation that does that.
That's beautiful. That's that's a whole different level right there of singing and even meditation. Like that sounds absolutely like an amazing experience. Now, I read that your mother was deeply interested in faith healing and predicted shortly before her passing that you would do great and wonderful things with your voice. When you are deep in a transmission, channeling these celestial energies, do you feel a connection to her? Do you feel that this work is the fulfillment of that prophecy that she spoke over you?
Oh, I know that. Just it's just a part. That's a part of me. You know,
Mm,
the influence of the mother and representing the divine mother. Yes, there's always been a very close bond with her, and I mean, she could see that easily as she was transitioning. And I didn't know at the time what she was talking about. It was like, okay, well, I just finished singing the Ave Maria to her,
mhm.
and she was, she always was very complimentary about my voice. She would always say, "You have a quality in your voice that I don't hear in Luciano Pavarotti." And I'd think, "Oh, that's the heart of a mother, you know. Her son sounds better than Luciano Pavarotti." But even my father, he had a nickname for me that he never even called me. But I once found a key. We lived next door to them, on a big plot of land, and I found his key that he kept in his home in case he needed to get into our home. And the key, instead of saying Greg's house, he had written on the key, Caruso.
Caruso.
Caruso, the famous Italian singer from the 1920s.
Oh, wow.
So the whole family was, you know, I guess proud of what I had done, which was so unusual to go into opera. But yes, I do feel the connection with the divine when I sing, and the mother is always there, and she is since merged to the more cosmic mother rather than the individual physical uh, location of a mother in the form of a human. It's a good question.
Oh, well, absolutely. Well, I truly believe that anybody that we have a connection with, especially a deep, heart led connection with, that they're passing just as it's a change of energy. You know, their physical changes, but their presence is still always there. And when you're listening, you can hear it very loud and clear.
Yes, and the good thing is that it works through media. It works through recordings because that's what I do. Is I make what I call personalized healing songs for people. People connect with me from my website, and they tell me what they want, and I make a song for them specifically for them, specifically for what they inquire about, and it could be anything from anything physical to anything emotional or anything that has to do with luck. Just feeling like you're kind of out of luck and everything seems to be going the wrong way with you. I mean, the songs can work on many different levels, and these particular entities that I'm working with now are quite varied and experienced with many different facets of of evolution.
Right. So you're saying if someone just came to you and said, I have a migraine, or let's say maybe even I have a toxic relationship and I just need to, cut this cord, you could do any meditation first, or is there any process that you have, or does just all of a sudden the sounds that come out just resonate for that specific situation that they're inquiring about?
Well, I have an intention before I start the recording, and sometimes I have a picture of the person if they want to offer their picture. It's always nice to just see, who the person is you're singing for, but
Right.
it's not necessary. And someone will say, "Yes, this is my situation." And so right before then, it's not a big, long meditation on it. It just comes. It's
Mm,
it's like I've already been prepped for this, and I am open for this, and it just happens. It just
it
comes, and it
just
just
channels.
comes. So you don't have to sit down and do a 30-minute meditation on that. It's just there,
Right.
and all you have to do is just have an intention. This is for Mary, and Mary's having this and would like this, and it gets embedded in the song, and it it rides where 5,000 miles away to somewhere in Austria or wherever, and there it goes, and they listen to it there on their iPhone, and it works.
That's
It's quite
amazing.
an amazing thing.
Yes, that really is amazing. I love that. Now, I know I'm ready. So I'm assuming my audience is ready also to experience this vibration. Before you share your gift with us, is there a specific way that we should prepare? Should we focus on a specific chakra or perhaps hold an intention for healing for a specific anything, an ailment or anything?
Well, it is well, okay. The first physical thing is I ask people not to cross their legs or their arms, to be open, um, sit comfortably, and of course you will be closing your eyes, and you can have an intention, but you don't just you have an intention and let it go. You don't concentrate on it. It's not a
Okay.
The whole process is very easy, and you just flow with the music. The music might drift away, and you're on some thoughts, and you come back to the music, and it's drifting in and out. It goes differently for everybody. So that's the principle there.
So basically just stay present.
Just stay present. Yes, but don't mind if you drift,
Okay.
because drifting is a part of the whole process of evolution. It's the steps of evolution. It's not always hard concentration. We just let go and just listen and come back when if we had drifted off.
Well, I'm ready when you are.
Bhuvaswaham Tatsavitvovarenyam Bhargo Shanti Shanti Shanti. Take a moment to come out.
Greg, that was profound. That was very intense. And I'm so grateful for you sharing that with us today. Ooh, I have to ask,
Yes.
were there moments where you were actually hitting notes that might be almost inaudible to others?
Okay. I didn't quite hear it. That you're, as a result of the singing, you're very peaceful and quiet.
Oh
So
my goodness, I know. I just feel so, ooh,
yes, it's natural to be that way, and to come out so quickly is unnatural. So
yes.
if you could repeat the question.
With wow, I'm like I didn't expect this at all. I didn't expect to feel this way. I almost feel like I came out of like a past life regression session. Were there notes that you were hitting that might be almost inaudible, but just very I don't know, very high, very low?
Yes. From the physics of vocal singing, there are overtones series that go on in a voice that's free, and resonating properly. And that's one of the things you do when you study bel canto,
Mm-hmm.
is you learn to loosen up the tongue roots, the jaw, and all of that mechanism, and you sing below the vocal cords and all that. You have a lot of opportunities for overtones, and particularly in a low voice, because you're starting out lower and there's more going up. That so some of them will be in the inaudible range as you go up. You can measure them on a spectrum analyzer and see what those frequencies are. But beyond that, then they're beyond that are the ones that are having the most profound effect, and those are the ones from the subtlest levels, the transcendental level of Atma, of the singing spheres, so the influence that they're having, that using my voice as a carrier wave, you could call it, give an analogy in a transmitter, so they are there, and
Because I feel like I
they,
felt them. Like there were times I couldn't hear, but I'm very clairaudient and I actually have a very sensitive to very, 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 I mean, like dog whistles, I can hear them. Like I'm very
uh-huh.
sensitive to sound. And that there were just points where I just felt like anyone else might not have heard anything, but I felt like on a cellular level, like I just felt you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, those are. I have to give credit to the singing spheres. Mine is the carrier wave, and I do the best job I can to make it pleasant. And then there's it's like a choir. You've got one voice, and you got all these other voices that are singing higher pitches, and so it's a cosmic choir, as you can call it, and you're hearing those things, and there are people that can hear them. Some people can't hear them, but some can see, and and some can feel, and um,
No, I
still
felt
more
them.
rare.
I felt my body
Still,
vibrating. I felt them. That was amazing. Now,
yes.
one last question for you. There is a concept in transcendental meditation about the power of silence. Now that we have received these sounds, how should we move through the rest of our day to keep this frequency locked in? Do we need to silence to digest the sound?
Well, basically, you just go about your day. You don't need to be reflecting on it. But what I recommend to people, if they want to continue to grow in this, is to have a song made for them that they can listen to at any time. And when I make songs for people, I recommend that they listen twice a day. The songs are usually about 20 minutes long. It seemed to be just about the right amount of time. And sometimes I even recommend people listening to them right before they drift off to sleep, to lift as a way to transition into sleep, which can be very profound for a lot of people, because that's when the pineal gland starts activating as you turn off lights, and it starts waking up. And so you could have some interesting experiences with that as well. So, yeah, to listen again, if you don't have a song that's made by me, I mean, you could just listen to this podcast again, and somehow, you know, listen to it more than just once.
Absolutely. Well, Greg, this has been such a gift. Thank you so much, not just for your time, but for the vibration that you have brought into this space. It is truly rare to witness someone who has so completely surrendered their talent to be a vessel for healing. And I know that everyone listening felt that shift today. For those who are ready to go deeper into this frequency, where can our listeners go to experience more of the singing spheres or perhaps book a session with you?
That would be my website, and it's Singing Spheres. That's SINGINGSPHERES.net. And there is, there's samples of songs, and there's a healing album that I have there, and you can book a personalized healing song there and learn more about me, and just from singingspheres.net.
Perfect. I will make sure to have all of those links in the show's notes. Again, Greg, thank you. Thank you for your time, and thank you for sharing with us today.
Thank you, Jessica.
And to you, listeners, thank you for honoring your journey by being here with us today. If you felt a shift during Greg's performance, I invite you to let us know in the comments below. What did you feel? What did you release? This community is a safe space to share those experiences. If this episode brought you peace, please like it and subscribe to the show. It helps us to reach more soul-led seekers just like you. Until next time, keep listening to the wisdom within and continue rising into your most authentic self.